I saw something on Local Zeros. They're looking for like a whole film crew for some theater show because I like theaters just reopening now. So
Yeah.
dude. Also, I don't know how they're gonna do that. I mean, I know how they're gonna do it, but I don't really know how they're gonna do. Like, is it gonna be full capacity? Everybody's just wearing a mask for 2 hours during this fucking show?
It's probably gonna be like every other seat or something.
I can imagine it being similar to what they're doing at like NBA games and stuff.
Yeah.
Almost everywhere, I think everywhere actually does have some audience in NBA games now.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not a much bigger deal. It just feels weird that like everyone's opening and it's like we're just pretending that nothing's happening.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
You know?
And also like vaccinations have slowed down across the board.
Really?
Like,
Well, is that
yeah.
because more people have just gotten them, or
Well, so I don't think so. I think basically everyone who was like, we've hit the point of people who were like, yeah, let's get them and move beyond this. And now we're like, something like 50% of the population has had at least one shot, and like 33% have had both.
because everyone's too lazy to go get the second one?
I'm a
Well, no, I think-
one-shotter.
It's just
You got that J&J, baby.
yeah, but I think it's just
No, I didn't.
it's just like the people who are still have to wait, like who are still waiting 2 weeks and stuff.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm still waiting. I can't
Yeah.
get it. I tried
then-
because I needed the vaccine for a job and
Yeah.
I got fucked.
But now we're hitting the people who are like on the fence and not and just actively against vax. Like the anti-vax crew isn't like 50% of the population, but it is like they do have enough of a presence online that some people are misinformed and on the fence about getting it who otherwise would.
Now,
So that's where the struggle I think is coming from most part with that.
I mean, I think even people that are not like super anti-vax, like the people that are not like, oh, it causes fucking autism, I still think there's people that are still genuinely concerned about it, which I kind of understand, but I don't know, like whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
I was gonna say this is related.
To your food.
Is it in the mic? I'm sorry, I'm done.
No, it's just you're talking and eating at the same time.
I'm so
Yeah.
It's
hungry.
just
I'm
going
so
to be
hungry.
a camera
I'm so hungry.
on Eric eating.
I'm so hungry. I'm sorry. I just worked what was supposed to be another short day.
It's never a
Yeah,
short day,
dude,
Eric.
you have the worst.
How long
luck.
have you been in film?
Dude, but I swear to God, bro.
Never a short day.
Dude, but it was supposed to be a scout day, but I literally went to every whatever. It's supposed to be a scout day for Mount Sinai. How do you say Mount Sinai? Sinai?
Sinai.
Sinai.
Okay, so they're rebranding. So they're scouting all the
The
hospitals.
hospital is rebranding.
Rebranding like post-COVID type shit. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay.
So we got photographer. I don't really even know what they're shooting. But there was some really famous guy that I was driving around. Apparently, he won like a Nobel Peace Prize. I gotta find out his name. But I'm not. They were just scouting every fucking Mount Sinai hospital in the state of New York. So I was just driving around all day while they just went inside and talked about how rich they were throughout the drives to each fucking
Did they
hospital.
tip you?
No, they didn't tip me. I got
Fuckers.
paid $225 while they're talking about their
$225 to drive
Mhm.
while they're rich.
Yeah,
Fuck that. $250.
Nobel Peace Prize, $225. But it wasn't the guy who hired me's fault. Like he normally pays me like $300 per day or whatever. Anyway, sorry.
You're driving a van though, right?
I was driving a 15 pass, which is not COVID safe because there was like 8 people in there.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
stupid.
well, no. So this shoot, the reason I brought it up was because we were talking about vaccines. Do you think that it's going to become a normal thing to ask that everyone on set be vaccinated? And
Yes,
if
but
so,
it's illegal.
what are your thoughts?
I think
Is
they're
it
going to get
illegal?
sued a lot. Yeah,
I don't-
it's illegal.
I don't know if it's illegal though. Yet, like, there's no.
No, yeah, it is. It's illegal because you can't discriminate. And like, let's say I'm Jewish and I can't get the vaccine. That's discrimination. You can't do that.
Well, but
people
colleges
can't get
already
the-
require you to do it, and traveling abroad
Yeah.
requires you to do it depending on the places that you're planning on going to. So
Abroad,
I understand
abroad I
the
could
religious
see.
exemption stuff because that does come up.
No, there's a college
but-
in New York. I don't know if Jake was the one who told me, but I was talking to somebody, and they're gonna allow people in the classroom have to be vaccinated now. The question is, do they go by CDC now? And if everyone in the room is vaccinated, are they allowed to just like be willy-nilly in the room?
No, because you can still catch COVID with the vax. I just found out this weekend.
Well, yeah. Oh, welcome to
Hold for everything, where we try to talk about film, but we end up talking about the pandemic.
I mean, it's film related. But yeah. Anyway, CDC said you can have like parties with if everyone's vaccinated. That's their thing, even though you can still.
Yeah, I think none of it makes. I think none of it makes sense, and I think they are going to get themselves in trouble with the vaccine thing. But who really cares? Like, I'm not going to not get it. I'm going to get it because I want to work.
They're also halfway through it, so what's the point at this point?
But I think it's a genuine concern, though. I don't know if I find it weird, but I think it's a genuine conversation to have that everyone on set should have this vaccination. Like, it seems like you can see how people would find that to be.
Yeah, I'm going to say something real controversial right now.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I just personally think to each their own. Like, it's not my business. If you want it, go get it. If you don't get it.
I get that, but also the problem with that is there's apparently a time limit on how long the vaccinations are going to last. So if all of these people that are healthy enough to get the vaccine don't get it, and then 8 months from now the vaccine wears off, then
how's that your problem?
I think also the bigger concern with the just general idea of slowing down is viruses and their tendency to mutate. So the longer that we have, I think it gets something like 70 to 80%. I think depending on the study, it differs a little bit, but it's somewhere around there where it's like against the current mutations, it's like the vaccines are effective. But the thing is that there's no reason to believe that the current mutations are going to be the only mutations, and like they're not quite as good as bacteria. Bacteria over the long term will figure out how to work against antibiotics. Like, that's just the reality. But like, it becomes like all the work that was put into like the vaccines and trying to get things open and trying to do all the right shit can become nullified if there is a mutation that does indeed work differently, or work differently enough to like counteract the vaccine or make the vaccines less effective overall. So it's a battle against time for that reason particularly. But as far as the set things go, I don't know. As I think big union sets will probably do what they've been doing, and that's gonna be where we're gonna see it. The big union jobs, maybe eventually. I don't think it's gonna be like tomorrow,
because you got to think.
But like the indie sets barely complied to begin with, so
yeah. Well,
I don't think that they're ever going to make those requirements.
I would say it costs a lot more to reschedule after somebody's gotten the virus than it is to it's just a lot more expensive. So I could see why that would be a requirement from film sets.
Also, they probably want to get rid of the COVID safety department.
Yeah.
Because even when you're not rescheduling, you're paying, that's like what, $300, $350 for 12?
$350 for some asshole who's just like, yo.
Just to get away from Crafty.
Get away from Crafty, bro.
Hold for Everything podcast.